What's up, guys? I am back to bring you your recap on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 11, Episode 10, and it is titled The Wrong Road. And this episode drained the life out of me because as open-minded, as an unbiased as I try to be when it comes to issues with Portia versus Kandi, my God, or Portia versus the candy-coated clique, I always end up on the side of Portia. But I'm going to try to report this episode and recap fairly, my God. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong, my God. And this episode started from the end, then rewound to the beginning because they showed Kandi in her confessional asking, how did we get here? Because, of course, it showed the ending where Portia was calling Kandi a bitch and Kandi was saying, your problem is you move too fast, you can't control yourself, and so on and so forth, my God. And this is crazy because I am so bothered about how this played out this episode because even though when you think about Portia saying, I heard about Kandi and Todd wanting to drug her and take her to the sex dungeon, my God, she still said, I heard. Then we had the public all on Kandi's side, my God, you can't make those kinds of comments and you can't say it on TV and Portia lied and so on and so forth. Although she said, I heard, here we have in this episode Kandi basing all of her anger, shade, and disrespect to Portia off of what she heard and not what she saw for herself. And this episode began, I guess, them addressing one version versus the other. It was Kandi and the candy-coated clique with, I guess, her wannabe security, and then Todd, and then Don Juan, and then Common, and then Jamie's ass, my God, who I don't like at this particular point because I think she is present just to be messy. And it's sad because for Portia and Kandi to reconcile, be doing better, and Portia really does want to be friends with Kandi. Remember last episode, or the episode before last, when she actually was hanging around Ace, she said she wanted to be friends to be able to even babysit Ace. So Portia is definitely on this track of reconciliation, although Kandi is just, I guess, gone with the flow or whatever her staff does or says, my God, I don't know. But as I've stated, Kandi threw a Michael Jordan themed birthday party at a basketball court for Todd, which I thought was a phenomenal idea. It seemed like it would probably be a lot of fun, my God. But they begin to rehash at the candy-coated studios, my God, what happened. So with the whole candy-coated clique, Jamie allegedly said that Portia was trying to attack the ex-girlfriend because Dennis went in to kiss the ex-girlfriend and grabbed her and so on and so forth. And according to Kandi's version, Portia was trying to chest bump the girl from behind, my God, which don't even sound factual or valid because they don't know Portia's pregnant. We know Portia's pregnant, my God. And then you had Todd who was saying, well, Portia loves her Hennessy, my God. So of course she turns up. So it probably was the alcohol because the alcohol was flowing. Everyone trying to blame Portia without getting down to the real facts. Then you had the old makeshift security guard saying, I don't really care what happened, but I just wanted to put them out and we can address this another day. But when it comes to putting out the right person and knowing if you're pretty much holding the right person accountable, things need to be addressed that day, as well as Kandi should have been consulted. Granted, Kandi needed to attend to Todd and her husband in celebrating his day, but something like that, when you invite somebody to your event, if something goes down, knowing damn well Kandi has some messy ass staff members. I mean, we haven't had any negative issues with Don Juan's ass this season, but you know in the past he has been messy, my God. You know Jamie's ass is messy. Common jumps on board and has been messy, my God. Then you had the other guy who tried to sue Kandi, my God. So she has had a history of having messy ass staff members, my God, including her mama causing drama. So you have to think, Kandi, that first and foremost, if you're inviting someone, whether it's an associate or a friend, it should come to the head, or at least someone right underneath of you. any and everybody should not be able to just put your guest out, my God, because it's more to the story usually, especially when you have Jamie's ass around, my God, after she and Portia already had conflicts and issues and Portia beat her ass. Then Jamie is alleging that after this whole debacle at the party, Dennis texted his ex. He was laughing and joking and saying, you know, why you do that? And I am still giving Dennis the side eye because I'm not sure how it went down. I don't think Portia was at fault, but I'm still giving Dennis the side eye because if he texts her at any point, regardless of what Portia did or did not do, he should not have been texting that girl, my God, especially when there's some drama. And then of course this showed up in the damn blogs saying that Portia done beat somebody else's ass, my God. And so I personally think the Candy Coated Clique was the ones who put this story out on Portia because they're messy as hell anyway, my God. Then you had Portia and I believe it was Lauren and Dennis at the hot dog factory. Yet again, why I'm giving Dennis the side eye. We're doing more scenes and giving the hot dog factory more press and promotion than it's ever had, my God, in the history of the hot dog factory. The #1 source of promotion is TV, my God, and Portia is giving all of this promo to the hot dog factory. But anyway, they're recapping the situation. According to Dennis, he claims that his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend tried to come and give him a kiss, which is not surprising because girls can be messy. I mean, guys can be messy too, but being as though she's the one who said and told the version that she was still dating Dennis and he played her, I could see her wanting to cause some drama along with her friend Jamie, who got her ass beat by Portia, my God. So according to Dennis, he curved her, although she was trying to kiss him, my God. I side-eye him, but I do believe his story. And then Portia said when she was put out, she did text Candy immediately, letting her know what was going on. And Candy apologized, kind of, sort of, my God, and then said she'll deal with it another day. But something like that is very serious. And if Portia actually was in the right, this is a horrible, dead ass wrong situation, my God. Next, we had Portia and Shamea catch up with Cynthia and Nene to give them their version of the story. And what surprised me was Shamea, of course, was original friends and besties with Portia, but she was also good friends with Candy, even when Portia and she fell out, my God. And Shamea was there confirming the version that Portia gave. So is Shamea and Candy still friends? Because if that's the case, Candy should have checked with Shamea as well to verify her version, because Shamea said everything Portia said was correct. The girl was circling around her. Portia didn't even know who the girl was, my God. And then she started some issues. And what stuck out to me was Cynthia can pretty much be outspoken sometimes, sometimes not, but Nene is definitely the outspoken one. And Nene said there is no way that your staff or helpers or workers should be putting out your friends, guests, or associates without coming to you to verify what they're doing first. Also, I felt like Nene believed Portia's version, one, because she knows she's pregnant, and even Cynthia said, this story ain't really sounding right in reference to Portia being wrong and Candy being right, because they have no clue based on what they're saying in their version that Portia is pregnant. So why would Portia be trying to put herself in a fight knowing she is with child, my God? I said, come on, Cynthia and Nene. Finally, y'all fighting for Portia's ass, my God. But next, Mike Hill and Cynthia. Mike, is something very charming about Mike Hill. I like him a lot. I like him a lot for Cynthia. I know I said the same damn thing about the guy from last season who pretty much played Cynthia, my God. But I like Mike Hill. I like his flirtatiousness. I know he makes Cynthia feel like a little schoolgirl. And she said, although she would never get married ever again, I told you guys she said that, but she's always on to the next man, my God. She said if Mike Hill asked her to marry him today, she would say yes. And I mean, I don't really blame her. I kind of do though, because the distance lets me know they still have not gotten to that real part, the rough and rugged part of a relationship, because y'all part-time lovers, Cynthia, my God. But it turned out that Mike Hill simply wanted to ask Cynthia to be his lady. And that was so sweet that he felt the need to ask her that, because I think she thought she already was his lady, because if she was expecting for him to ask her to marry him, she thought he was his lady, but I respect that he wanted to have that addressed formally, my God. Next, I love that whole shady moment with Nene, Greg, and Peter. Peter Thomas, the original Peach, my God, showed up on the scene. And Nene asked Peter, does he know Mike, my God? Because she said, oh, you watch sports, you watch Fox Sports, right? Peter's shady ass said, no ma'am, I watch ESPN, my God. So I just love his shade, and it was great to see Papa Smurf once again. Y'all know I think Peter is handsome anyway, my God. I love him. I mean, I'm not sure he was right for Cynthia, and he was a little shady at times, but that man is handsome, and he's Jamaican, so you know Jamaicans got big dicks, my God. Next, really quick, I do want to talk about Tanya and her husband meeting up with Eva and her fiance. They already knew each other because they went to school together, but it was funny that they had a little moment of, I want to apologize to you for not remembering you, my God, because of what happened with the old girl from the previous meetup. But they met up because Eva wants to make it up to Nene and have a bachelorette party somewhere else in the world. I think they decided on Japan, my God. So Tanya had another party inviting all the women over to confirm and share with them that they were going away on a trip. And I don't think it ever was exposed nor shared because of the whole Candy and Portia moment, my God. Now, I will say I'm a tad bit disappointed in Cynthia and Nene because they pretty much failed Portia because they knew Candy was dead ass wrong. But Nene and Cynthia said Candy's eyes and her aggressiveness pretty much had them shook because Cynthia was trying to tell a story, couldn't tell it right, and Nene's ass couldn't even remember what Portia's version was, but they believed her version, which her version made sense, my God. And Candy was shocked when Cynthia even spoke up and said, you were kind of probably wrong, my God. And then for Candy to say, oh, me? How am I? Girl, Candy, you can be wrong sometimes. You have been wrong a lot, my God. So Candy shared her version. And what pissed me off is Candy's version is not a first-hand account. So for her to get so passionate, aggressive, and excited from a version that she heard from somebody else, to then call Portia the aggressor and saying she's starting problems and trouble and saying that Portia owed her a damn apology, my God, for starting trouble at her events. Candy, Candy drives me crazy. I try to be Team Candy at least sometimes, and I give her credit when it's due, but I'm going to always check her ass when she was wrong, and she is dead ass wrong. Portia had gone out of her way even last season to try to reconcile and make things right with Candy, and here Candy's ass is still being an asshole towards Portia from hearsay. And I respect that Portia even said, you know, I wasn't even coming here to talk about this, but I see it's already being discussed. Candy is already turned up, my God. And even Portia respectfully shared and said, I was just bothered because I text you. You never followed up and checked up on me to see what actually happened, my God. And then there is issues and stuff being put out in the media about me and something that happened at your event, which was false, my God. So I'm just confused as to why Candy, I guess it shows that Candy never really did forgive Portia, because for her to go in this and not at least hear out Portia's version, or like I said, call Shamia and find out, and for her to be so aggressive, Candy, now your ass is the aggressor. And I know it's wrong to call somebody a bitch, my guy, but Portia was dead ass right for calling Candy a bitch. You are being a bitch in this moment because you're being aggressive to somebody who, one, wasn't being aggressive to you, and this chick is pregnant. She was not doing what you're claiming she did, my God. And what versions do you have? Because the funny thing is, I don't even recollect Common, Don Juan, nor Todd, nor even the security dude actually saying that that was what happened. They never said in their moment on camera it was actually Portia who was the aggressor. That had to have come from Jamie and the girlfriend, because even Candy said, well, everybody is saying. As I said, we never heard Common, Todd, Don Juan, your security, actually say it was Portia's fault or her being an aggressor, my God. And then for Kandi to say, yeah, your problem is you can't control yourself. Like, to throw all these jabs and be dead ass wrong, or at least be speaking off of hearsay. Kandi, you were the one who was being defended last season from hearsay. Now you're using hearsay. And I know I'm repeating myself, my God, but I'm just over this whole moment because I feel like Portia always gets the short end of the stick, my God. But that's about it, guys, because this whole moment, Kandi got up to walk away, is still going to carry over into next week. I hope that Cynthia and Nene and whoever else actually speak up even more. I'm annoyed by Shamari because I thought she and Portia actually reconciled, but Shamari's ass is still being shady because she said she wished she would have seen Portia get kicked out because she was there and didn't see it. Somebody else, Tanya, was there and didn't see it. So I'm like, well, Kandi, who the hell are you believing, my God? And then I do want to give credit where it's due. Shamari's ass did look sickening in her outfit at this whole little situation that happened at Tanya's house, my God. But that's about it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please follow me on all social media outlets. Comment down below in the comment section. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notifications. Double click that bell twice to receive all of the notifications, my God. Share this video, and thank you guys for tuning in. Bye, guys.